Something about d4vd's story just stopped feeling like another artist's rise to fame and started sounding like something much darker. What began as a teenage dream, writing songs in his sister's closet and blowing up overnight, has suddenly spiraled into chaos, betrayal, and a web of secrets that no one saw coming. Fans who once saw him as the mysterious, poetic genius behind Here With Me are now asking one question: who really is d4vd? And what is he hiding? Because over the past few weeks, strange things have started surfacing. Leaked voice notes, cryptic tweets, and emotional breakdowns caught on camera. People close to him are coming forward with stories that don't add up. There are whispers about a secret feud with another rising star, rumors of manipulation, and even accusations that could destroy his carefully crafted image forever. And when his own family got involved, things took a turn no one could have predicted. From the outside, it looked like fame hit too fast. But behind the music, there's heartbreak, obsession, and a truth that's starting to unravel in the most shocking way possible. This is the d4vd story. And it just got really dark. It all started when d4vd posted a late-night story that sent his entire fanbase into a spiral. It was a shaky, dimly lit clip of him sitting in a studio, his face half hidden under a hoodie. His voice cracked as he said, "Some people ain't who they say they are, even the ones closest to you." Then the video cut out. No explanation, no context. Within minutes, the internet was in chaos. Fans flooded his comments, begging him to explain, while others speculated wildly. Was he talking about a label betrayal? A friend? A relationship? But those who knew d4vd personally said it wasn't about music at all. Something deeper was brewing behind the scenes. A few days later, a fan page leaked screenshots of private messages between d4vd and a girl named Naya, someone who claimed to be his first real love. The messages showed arguments, long paragraphs of hurt, and what looked like a devastating breakup. One of them read, "You promised you wouldn't use our story for content." The tone was emotional, desperate. And in one reply, supposedly from d4vd, he wrote, "I didn't, Nia, but if people knew the truth about you, you'd lose everything." That one line was enough to break the internet. Suddenly, the perfect image of the quiet, mysterious artist who wrote about heartbreak had turned into a real-life soap opera. Fans were torn. Some defended him, saying he was being manipulated. Others accused him of being toxic. And then, as if the drama wasn't enough, Nia went live on social media. Her eyes were red, her voice trembling as she said, "You think you know him, but you don't. The d4vd you listen to in those songs is not the same person behind closed doors." She didn't elaborate, but that sentence alone was enough to spark outrage. Hashtags started trending, but Justice for Nia canceled 4vd. And who is 4vd really? The next morning, d4vd's sister, who had always been quiet and supportive of her brother's rise, posted a cryptic message on her story. It read, "I tried to stay out of it, but he knows what he did." Within hours, it was deleted, but screenshots had already spread across Twitter and Reddit. Fans began dissecting every lyric he'd ever written, trying to decode hidden meanings or confessions. One user pointed out how lines from his song Worthless seemed to mirror what Nia had accused him of: control, secrecy, and guilt. And that's when things got darker. An anonymous account posted a thread claiming to have proof that d4vd had cut off multiple people from his life after finding fame. They said he stopped responding to childhood friends, ignored his family's calls, and surrounded himself only with new industry friends who told him what he wanted to hear. The post read, "He's not the humble kid recording in his sister's closet anymore. He's changed, and not in a good way." Even though it was all unverified, the thread went viral overnight. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, people close to d4vd said he wasn't handling it well. He'd stopped going out, wasn't answering texts, and was reportedly arguing with his management about doing interviews. One insider told a small gossip page, "He feels betrayed by everyone. He's paranoid, checking his phone every few minutes, convinced people are trying to ruin him." Then came the real shocker. A leaked voicemail allegedly from d4vd to Nia surfaced. In it, his voice was trembling, almost panicked. "I can't believe you'd do this to me. You said you loved me. Do you know what this is doing to me? You're not just hurting me, you're hurting my career." The call ended with a long silence, followed by what sounded like him breaking down. Fans didn't know what to think anymore. Was he a villain or a victim? Days passed without a word from him. His Instagram went dark. No posts, no stories. But then, out of nowhere, he dropped a snippet of a new song on his alt account. It was just 20 seconds long, but the lyrics hit hard. Love turned to poison, trust turned to lies. I gave you the world, but you wanted my disguise. The comments exploded. People were convinced it was about Nia. Others said it was about his sister, but one fan made an observation that sent chills through everyone. What if this song isn't about love, but about family? Within hours, rumors shifted focus. Fans started digging into his family life, something d4vd had always kept private. Old posts resurfaced, showing him and his sister as kids, inseparable. But then nothing after his fame took off. No pictures, no mentions, nothing. That's when a supposed former friend of the family came forward, posting, his sister helped him start it all. She was the one recording his first songs. And when he made it, he left her behind. That one claim flipped the narrative entirely. Suddenly, people weren't talking about Nia. They were talking about betrayal. But this time, it was family betrayal. On a fan-run podcast, callers debated furiously. If that's true, that's cold, one said. Imagine building someone up and then they just forget you. Another caller countered, but fame changes people. Maybe he needed space. Maybe she's bitter. The tension online was growing by the minute, and in the middle of all this, d4vd's silence was deafening. Then, a new clip surfaced from one of his earliest interviews, where he said softly, "My sister's my best friend. Without her, there's no me." That clip went viral again, but this time with captions like, "What happened to this d4vd?" It was around this time that fans noticed something eerie on one of his older Instagram lives. He'd been playing an unreleased song, and in the background, a voice could be faintly heard saying, "Don't forget where you came from." At the time, no one thought much of it. Now, it felt like a ghost of guilt. And then, one night without warning, d4vd reappeared online. He posted a single haunting message. Truth always finds its way out. No context, no hashtags, but everyone knew something was coming. And what followed next would shake everything even more. The post exploded across every platform within minutes. Fans stayed up all night refreshing his page, waiting for something more. But hours passed and nothing else appeared. By morning, speculation had reached fever pitch. Was he about to expose someone? Was this a confession? The tension was unbearable. Then, a music blog claimed to have exclusive access to a private group chat between d4vd, his manager, and a few close friends. In the leaked screenshots, one message stood out. It was supposedly from d4vd himself. "I told her not to bring family into it. She crossed the line. If she wants war, she'll get one." No one knew if the screenshots were real, but the internet didn't care. The story spread like wildfire. Hashtags like NARPFamilyFeud4vd and NARD4vTruth trended for days. Fans began theorizing that she referred to his sister, especially since she hadn't posted anything since her cryptic story weeks earlier. Then a smaller gossip page dropped another bomb, a voice recording from a source close to the family. In it, a woman who sounded eerily like d4vd's sister said, "He promised he'd take care of us when things got big." Then he stopped answering. He forgot about the people who believed in him before anyone else did. Her voice broke midway through, followed by a soft, painful laugh. The internet went wild again. How could he do that to his sister? One fan wrote, "She literally built his brand." Another replied, "We don't know the full story. Maybe there's more going on." But people weren't ready for what happened next. One evening, fans noticed something strange on d4vd's Spotify page. His hit single, "Here With Me," suddenly disappeared for a few hours before reappearing with a slightly altered description. Produced by d4vd and TL. Nobody had ever seen those initials before. Deep Dive fans scoured old interviews, searching for clues about who TL might be. Finally, someone on Reddit found an old photo of d4vd in his sister's room, and on her laptop screen, a folder labeled Teal Sounds was visible. That was enough to spark a new theory. Teal was her. If true, it would mean his sister had actually helped produce one of his biggest hits, and never got credit for it. The betrayal narrative grew darker. Influencers started weighing in, calling it one of the biggest backstabs in music. Reaction videos filled YouTube. One creator summed up the general feeling, "This isn't just sibling drama. This is fame, money, and ego tearing a family apart." In the midst of the chaos, d4vd finally broke his silence again. He went live, face pale and eyes sunken, the glow of his laptop lighting up the dark room. "You guys don't know the truth," he began, voice trembling. "You think you do, but you don't." He took a shaky breath. I didn't steal anything. I didn't lie. But when people you love start using your pain for attention, what are you supposed to do? His tone shifted from sadness to frustration. She wasn't there when I needed her most. She gave up on me first. Before he could continue, he froze. His eyes flicked off screen as if someone had entered the room. And then he abruptly ended the live. The internet erupted once again. Who was in the room? Was it his sister? A manager? Within an hour, clips of the live flooded TikTok, dissected frame by frame. One slowed-down version seemed to capture a faint voice whispering, "Don't do this." Fans compared the voice to his sister's, and it was nearly identical. The next day, d4vd's sister broke her silence in a series of emotional posts. "You keep saying I left you," she wrote, "but I was the one who stayed when everyone else walked away. You just didn't notice because you were too busy chasing applause." Her words were raw, honest, and heartbreaking. Fans began taking sides, and what had started as gossip turned into an all-out war between your Team d4vd and your Team Sister. One Twitter user summed it up. "This is like a real-life tragic movie and we're watching it unfold in real time." But there was still one piece missing: Nia. After weeks of silence, she reappeared with a 30-minute tell-all video titled "The Truth About d4vd." It started softly, almost too calmly. "I didn't want to do this," she said, "but people keep lying, and I can't sit back anymore." She went on to explain how she met him when he was just starting out, how sweet and quiet he used to be, and how fame turned him into someone else. She described the tension between him and his sister, saying he loved her more than anyone, but he also resented her. She reminded him of where he came from, and I think he hated that. Halfway through the video, Nia began crying. "I was there the night they had their final fight," she whispered. "They were yelling so loud I had to leave." He said, "You're just jealous it's me they care about now?" And she said, "I cared before anyone did." The moment was devastating to watch. Her story painted a picture of two people torn apart by success, one desperate to hold on to love, the other desperate to escape the past. After the video dropped, fans flooded social media with mixed emotions. Some felt sympathy for d4vd, others for his sister, and a few believed Nia was just seeking attention. But then a shocking twist emerged. Someone posted a photo from months earlier showing d4vd Nia and his sister together backstage at a small show. All three were smiling. The caption read, "Family and love." It was hard to believe these same faces were now at the center of so much darkness. Rumors began circulating that the argument between d4vd and his sister had escalated beyond words, that it had nearly turned physical. Though no official reports confirmed it, anonymous insiders claimed things got out of hand and that their relationship hadn't recovered since. The story grew murkier, with every side painting themselves as the victim. Then, unexpectedly, d4vd's mother joined the conversation. She posted a single message that read, "Enough. You're all hurting each other. Remember who you are." Fans were stunned. Her tone was heartbreakingly maternal, a plea from a mother watching her family fall apart under the public eye. For a moment, people hoped the drama might cool down, but peace didn't last. Within days, someone leaked a voice memo from a private group chat where d4vd could be heard saying, "I can't go back home. Not after what they said." His voice was hollow, tired, almost broken. And then he added quietly, "I wish I never made music." Those 7 words shook fans to their core. Comments flooded in, "He needs help. This has gone too far. Fame ruined him." It wasn't just about music anymore. It was about a young artist falling apart in front of millions. And yet, there was still more truth waiting to surface, and the darkest twist of all was still to come. After that leaked voice memo, everything seemed to spiral completely out of control. d4vd vanished from all platforms for a week. No posts, no stories, no sightings. Fans started to panic. Rumors spread that he had checked into a rehab facility. Others claimed he'd gone completely off the grid to escape the chaos. But then, a blurry photo surfaced online, him sitting alone on a beach at night, hoodie pulled low, staring at the water. The caption read, "He looks lost." People were worried, but they also couldn't stop watching. His downfall had turned into a spectacle. A few days later, a mysterious Instagram account appeared under the name Truth Is Never Quiet. It had no profile picture, no followers, but its first post was a black image with the caption, "He knows what he did. It's time." Within hours, fans connected the dots. The writing style matched how d4vd's sister used to post. Speculation exploded. Was she planning to expose more? Then, the next post dropped, a screenshot of an email showing an early demo of Here With Me attached, and the sender's name was Lila Taylor. It was confirmed. TLE stood for Lila, his sister. In the email she had written, "Still needs final vocals. But I think this could be the one." Fans compared the demo to the official release and were stunned. The melody, the rhythm, even some of the lyrics were identical. The only difference? The final version was polished and credited solely to d4vd. That revelation blew everything open. The narrative changed instantly. It wasn't just about family drama anymore. It was about stolen work, betrayal, and denial. Music forums lit up with debates, with one user writing, "If this is real, this could ruin him." Others argued that maybe he'd planned to credit her, but the label intervened. But the damage was already done. In response, d4vd posted a short note to his story. "Don't believe everything you see. Not every truth belongs to the internet." Fans didn't know whether to be angry or heartbroken. People who once saw him as soft-spoken and pure now viewed him as manipulative and cold. And yet, there was a strange sadness in his silence, a kind of guilt that made people wonder if he was hiding more than just secrets. As the story continued to unravel, more people from d4vd's past began coming forward. One of his old collaborators, a producer who went by the name Juno, posted a long thread saying, "He used to be the most loyal guy I knew. Something changed after the fame. He stopped trusting people. He started seeing everyone as competition, even his own family." Juno even shared old voice notes of d4vd talking about feeling used and unappreciated. In one, he said quietly, "I don't know who loves me for me anymore. They all just love the version of me that makes money." The internet didn't know how to respond. For the first time, people felt conflicted. Maybe he wasn't the villain after all. Maybe he was just a broken kid trapped in a nightmare of his own success. Fans flooded old videos with comments like, "We miss the real you," and "Come back stronger." But then, as if the universe wasn't done with him yet, a shocking new detail emerged. Nia wasn't just his ex. She was also working with his sister on new music. Screenshots leaked showing d4vd's sister and Nia in a studio together. The caption on one read, "Some stories deserve to be told from the other side." That set off a new wave of chaos. "They're teaming up against him," one fan tweeted. "This is revenge." Another replied, "Or maybe they're just taking back their power." Either way, it was clear whatever fragile line was left between them had been completely erased. Shortly after, a clip circulated of d4vd performing a small secret show in Los Angeles. During his set, he played a new unreleased song that caught everyone's attention. The lyrics were haunting. "You turned my name into your weapon. You smiled while I bled. I gave you the light, but you wanted my head." The crowd went silent. It sounded like a direct response to everything happening. At one point, he looked straight into the camera filming him and whispered, "You'll understand soon." That line sent fans spiraling again. What did he mean? Was he planning to reveal something? 2 days later, the Truth Is Never Quiet account posted again. This time, a video. It showed home footage of a teenage d4vd and Lila recording in their room. The clip was sweet at first, him singing softly, her laughing and giving direction. But then, right before it ended, a voice off camera said, "You're gonna forget about me when you blow up, huh?" And young d4vd replied, half joking, "Only if you make me." The video cut there, ending on that chilling line. Comments exploded with heartbreak. People wrote, "This is tragic. He predicted his own downfall, and they were so close once." Others began questioning if all this exposure was fair. One top comment said, "This isn't entertainment anymore. This is someone's life falling apart." But the internet didn't stop watching. The pressure reached its breaking point when an alleged recording from a private family meeting was leaked to a gossip podcast. The audio was grainy but clear enough to hear shouting. A woman's voice, believed to be Lila, yelled, "You owe me the truth!" And d4vd fired back, "I owe you nothing. You made your choice when you went public." The room went quiet, followed by the sound of something crashing and then someone crying softly. The clip ended there. The podcast episode became one of the most streamed of the year. Listeners were stunned by how raw it was. Some accused the host of exploiting their pain for clout, while others said the world needed to know who d4vd really was. Either way, the narrative had shifted again. this time from pity to horror. A few days after the leak, d4vd reappeared online with a long message. His tone was calmer, but the pain was obvious. "I've made mistakes. I've hurt people I love. But I never wanted any of this to happen publicly," he wrote. "Music was supposed to be our way out, not what tore us apart." He ended with, "I hope one day they forgive me." It was the most human he'd ever sounded, but even then, fans couldn't agree on what to believe. Some thought it was a genuine apology. Others saw it as damage control. What made it worse was that within hours of his post, Lila shared her own story. "Apologies are empty when they come after exposure," she wrote. "If he was really sorry, he would have told the truth before I had to." That's when the darkest rumor of all began to circulate, that there was another layer to the story. Something no one had dared to mention yet. Anonymous posts started appearing on forums claiming that a missing file existed, an unreleased video that captured the real reason the siblings stopped talking. People claimed it was recorded on the same night as their final fight, and that it proved everything was far worse than anyone imagined. No one knew if it was real, but the mere mention of it reignited every ounce of curiosity and dread. And as whispers of the missing file spread, one thing became clear: the truth behind d4vd's story wasn't finished. Not yet. Something darker was still waiting to come to light. The whispers about the missing file spread like wildfire. Every platform was flooded with theories, timelines, and alleged clues. Fans dissected every photo, every lyric, every old post, convinced that somewhere, hidden in plain sight, was the truth. One Twitter thread went viral after claiming the file wasn't just a recording, it was a full video taken the night d4vd and Lila's relationship collapsed for good. The post claimed it showed what really happened, though no one could verify its authenticity. Still, that didn't stop people from believing. Then one night, without warning, a short clip surfaced on an anonymous forum. It was only 10 seconds long, blurry, and clearly filmed in low light. The footage showed d4vd and Lila standing in what looked like a home studio. He looked distraught, pacing, while she sat at a desk with her head in her hands. Their voices were muffled, but one line was unmistakable. Lila said, "You promised me you'd never forget." The clip ended abruptly. That was all it took. The internet went into meltdown mode. People begged for the full video, but within hours, the clip was taken down everywhere. Some said it was deleted by d4vd's team. Others believed it was never real to begin with. But the mystery surrounding it only fueled the obsession. Hashtags like Numbered the Missing File and Our Truth About d4vd trended for days. Conspiracy videos started appearing, each one claiming to know the real story. While fans argued online, those close to the family began speaking out quietly. One old family friend told an entertainment blog, "They used to be inseparable. They had matching notebooks, wrote lyrics together, everything. Then one day he just stopped showing up." Another claimed that fame hadn't just divided them, it had destroyed their trust completely. According to the source, their father had once warned them that fame would make them strangers. And then, in a twist no one saw coming, d4vd's mother posted again. This time it was a photo of an old Polaroid, d4vd and Lila as kids, smiling wide with the caption, "They were always meant to create together, not fight." Her post was flooded with comments, mostly from fans begging her to reunite them. But her silence afterward only deepened the sadness. A week later, d4vd resurfaced. He posted a dimly lit photo of a microphone captioned, "Recording something that needs to be said." The comments exploded instantly. Was he finally going to address everything in a song? People waited, counting the days, the hours, hoping for an answer. When the song finally dropped, it was nothing like anyone expected. It wasn't on Spotify or YouTube. He released it only on his personal website under a password-protected link. The title, "For Lila." Within minutes, fans cracked the password. It was Home. The track was raw, stripped down, and emotional. No heavy production, just him and a soft guitar. His voice cracked throughout the song as he sang, "You built my wings and I flew away. Forgot the hands that taught me grace. I chased the crowd, I lost my ground, and now you're gone, and I can't find the sound." Listeners were stunned. Some cried. Others said it was the most honest thing he'd ever made. Halfway through the song, his voice faded into what sounded like a real voice recording. Him saying, "I'm sorry. Not to the internet, not to the fans, to you." Then silence. The internet exploded once more. Is this his apology? Is this his goodbye? The comments were endless. Even Lila broke her silence with a simple heart emoji under a fan repost of the song. It was the first public acknowledgement between them in months, and for the first time, it felt like maybe, just maybe, things could heal. But peace never lasts long when millions are watching. 2 days later, a tabloid published a new story claiming that d4vd's management had pressured him into writing the song to save his image. The headline read, "Was d4vd's apology real or just damage control?" Fans who had just begun to forgive him were thrown back into doubt. "He's manipulating emotions again," one person commented. Another replied, "Maybe he really means it, and people just can't let him move on." Amid all this, Lila went live for the first time. It was a quiet, emotional stream. She spoke slowly, carefully choosing her words. "I never wanted any of this to go public," she said. "I just wanted him to remember who we were before the noise." She wiped away tears and added, "He's not evil. He's just lost. Fame is a monster, and it ate both of us." Fans were left speechless. Her honesty hit everyone hard. Comments poured in. "This is heartbreaking. They need to talk privately. I just want them to make music again." Shortly after her live ended, d4vd posted one final story, a photo of the sky at sunset with the caption, "Some things are better left unspoken." It felt like closure, but also like a goodbye. People started wondering if he was stepping away from music altogether. In the weeks that followed, both siblings went quiet. No new posts, no appearances. Only rumors filled the silence. One person claimed to have seen them together in a cafe, sitting quietly, no phones, no cameras, just talking. Another said they'd been seen visiting their old neighborhood. No one knew for sure. Then, just when everyone thought the saga was over, something unbelievable happened. A new teaser appeared on d4vd's YouTube channel. A black screen with faint static, and a voice whispering, "The truth always finds its way out." The same line he'd posted months earlier. At the end of the video, text appeared, "Project Home. Coming soon." The announcement sent shockwaves through the fandom. People speculated endlessly. Was it an album? A documentary? A film? Some said it was going to tell his side of the story once and for all. Others believed it was a collaboration with Lila. One thing was certain, he wasn't done yet. Rumors claimed that Project Home would include real recordings from his early career, unseen footage of his family, and letters he'd written but never sent. Insiders teased that it would be the most vulnerable work of his life. Fans waited anxiously, torn between curiosity and fear, because if everything came out, the truth might be even darker than anyone imagined. As the countdown to the project began, the internet went eerily quiet. For the first time in months, there was no fighting, no sides, just anticipation. Everyone wanted to know, would he finally tell everything, or would he bury the truth once and for all? The night the project dropped, servers crashed within minutes. Millions logged on, desperate to see what he had to say. But instead of a music video or documentary, what appeared was a single still image. A photo of two pairs of hands, one male, one female, holding a microphone together. Below it, text read, "We made it home. No music. No words. Just that." The internet exploded with emotion. Fans cried, creators posted reaction videos, and even major celebrities shared it with captions like, "This is how you end a story." Though no one officially confirmed it, everyone believed it meant reconciliation. That somewhere behind all the chaos, the brother and sister had finally found peace. The brother and sister had finally found peace. And yet, as the weeks passed, people couldn't shake the feeling that something was still unresolved. Who leaked the missing file? Who ran the Truth Is Never Quiet account? Why did he disappear for so long before the project dropped? Those questions remained unanswered, hanging in the air like ghosts. Still, fans agreed on one thing. The story of d4vd had changed forever. He wasn't just the quiet boy from his sister's closet anymore. He was a symbol of what fame can create and destroy. A reminder that behind every hit song and viral moment, there's a human story too complicated for the internet to fully understand. And as We Made It Home became the final image tied to his name, people realized something deeper. Maybe the darkness in his story wasn't the end. Maybe it was the beginning of something real. Something painfully, beautifully human. And that's how the story of d4vd went from a quiet rise to fame to one of the most emotional, twisted sagas the internet has ever seen. From secret love and family betrayal to redemption and silence, fans have watched every chapter unfold like a movie no one could look away from. What started as a story about music turned into a haunting reminder that fame doesn't just build stars, it breaks people too. And even though it looks like d4vd and Lila may have finally found peace, there's still a shadow that lingers behind every lyric, every post, every mysterious move he makes. Maybe the truth really did find its way out. Or maybe there's still more that hasn't been told. What was in the missing file? Who leaked everything in the first place? And did the siblings truly forgive each other? Or was "we made it home" just their way of ending the noise? No one knows for sure, but one thing's certain. This story has left everyone shaken. The fans are still divided, the internet's still whispering, and somewhere out there, d4vd might be watching it all, quietly writing the next chapter in secret. So now it's your turn. What do you think really happened? Was this all just a publicity stunt, or a tragic reality that fame twisted beyond recognition? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and tell us whose side you're on. And if you want to stay updated when the next piece of this story breaks, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Because if the d4vd story has taught us anything, it's that the truth never stays hidden for long.